Morning, yogis. Settling in whatever position you want to start in today. Lying down or seated. What does your body need? Maybe just taking a few breaths and have a lovely little sigh. Deep inhale and sort of let the body soften. Checking in with how you're feeling today. Where are you in your sort of battery? Are you low charged, about midway, or completely fully charged today? Just notice where you are and kind of honouring that. I think I'm about 3/4, between half and full. Take your roots down into the earth and just have a moment to really kind of see that in your mind's eye. Connecting to earth, connecting to our mother. And using those roots as always a two-way channel to release what's unwanted, whether it is beliefs, negative thought patterns. Release it all down into the earth, allow the earth to transmute it, and maybe kind of flip whatever negativity or whatever we're holding into something positive and draw that up through the roots into our energy body, into our auric field. You could almost imagine sort of little quotes just floating around you in the ether around us, but within our energy body. A quote I just came across this morning actually was something that stayed with me. It's the friends you call at 4 a.m. that matter. And that sat with me for a little while, thinking about the meaning of that and who they would be, and the need for those people, the friends you call at 4 a.m., the ones that matter. Sometimes it's nice to just let something like that digest in you for a little while. And maybe we've got friends like that we've not spoken to for a while. We've got other acquaintances in life, but we always do have those, if we're lucky enough to have those real dependable friends that are there for anything. Just have a moment to scan through your chakras. Root, base of the spine, your sacral, below the navel, lower back. Check in with solar plexus. How's your confidence? Your heart center. How open are you to giving and receiving love? Throat, how we communicate our feelings, whether we do or don't. Third eye and your crown, just checking in with those higher centers. Doesn't take a moment, but we kind of know what they're all associated with, and if the energy is slightly out of balance. So just with a few more breaths in this opening pose. If you're lying down, just hug the knees in now. We'll gently come to seated. And if you're already seated, just have a moment to kind of move and resettle. We'll take Zazen for meditation. So just gently coming up, and while you come into a comfortable pose, we're going to do the Soham meditation, which means I am that. Before we start, I'd like you to think about what the word that can mean. almost kind of imagine that you write that at the top of the page and all the words underneath it that are brave, confident, loving, lovable, grounded, safe, all the words that you would like to bring into your life, that you want to encourage, joyful, all these things that we want to bring in, just consider them under that banner, that. So when we do Soham or I am that in your mind, this is what we are essentially saying that we are. Okay? And it's a really lovely way of knowing that the word that encompasses all of these things for us. So let's just rest the hands, Dhyana Mudra, get comfortable. We're just going to breathe the So hum. So inhale So, exhale hum. Or you can actually say it in the English, I am that. I am that, whatever feels right for you. Let's take some time here. So relax. And we'll begin. Relaxing and staying with the breath. Staying with the mantra. Notice the mind. Come back if the thoughts wander. We'll just take a few more breaths here. And then just gently coming back, blinking your eyes open, noticing how that felt. Just simply repeating the So Hum or I Am That. Notice how that, whether those words that you thought under the kind of banner of that came in, and you can feel that. It's a nice one to practice. So the first pose we're going to come into is Puppy. A nice stretch for our back. So if you would like to have a little cushion under the belly, sometimes that feels nice just to kind of support the body. Otherwise, we're coming into a pose where the hips are over the knees, a bit like a down dog on the knees, and then stretching our body out. Just being very aware of your shoulders. I know some shoulder issues and hips and knees, so extra padding if you need to. And just allowing ourselves to kind of surrender into this pose. Takes a moment just to sort of feel into the position. And if at any point you need to come out because of what you're feeling in any of the joints, please do. So as you settle here, trying to relax your feet and the calf muscles. And softening into shoulders and upper back. Also known as melting heart pose, this one. If you want to use a block for your forehead, if that's more comfortable, so that you're not so stretched out, then you can. Just moving any props that you want at any time. And drawing your awareness to your breath in your belly and the chest. Just take a few more moments to relax into this. Notice the feeling between your shoulder blades. And we'll take a few more breaths. And then gently coming out. Quite intense for the arms, that one. We only did about 3.5 minutes on that. So just gently come out and notice how you're feeling through the upper back, arms. I like that pose, but it can be quite intense sometimes. So just roll yourself down. Noticing what's shifting and where. Certainly perhaps through your inner arms, you might feel it, the lower part. Wrists and hands tingly. coolness. How does it feel on the inside of the elbows? So really relax here, let everything soften through the back of your body. And gentle belly breaths. When you're ready, let's hug our knees in. Just feeling all those sensations just fade away. Gentle rock. We're going to come into frog pose next. But if you want to make it a little bit more nurturing and restorative, you can always use a bolster, because frog can be quite intense. So frog is where we bring the knees out wide. And you might also want, if you're on hard floor, to kind of have something under the knees, because they do sort of tend to sometimes slip. And if you want a bolster, you can just rest the body on. Then that's always quite nice. I'm going to take this pose today and be a bit more softer with myself. So just bringing knees in line with hips. Again, we're not going to do the full time here. It is quite intense. I'm just going to come slightly on the side. With the bolster, you can then rest your cheek one side if you want to. If you haven't got a bolster, then just on your forearms, resting your head down perhaps. Try not to let the knees slip out to the fullest extent. But you want to just feel a nice gentle stretch in those inner thighs around the groin. And seeing if you can relax. Often there's a tension trying to hold the pose in place. Notice how this pose makes you feel, whether it's really awkward, challenging. If there's any pain or real discomfort, please come out. Try and relax your buttocks. So this is very intense on the inner thighs. Works with our digestion and liver and kidney and spleen channels. So we're going to just take a few more breaths as we come up to the 3-minute mark. And just gently, when you're ready, let's slowly come out, lift the body, draw the knees in and just find neutral. Often the more uncomfortable poses, the more intense poses give the nicest sort of after effects. So really, as you lie down, enjoy noticing it. It's about 2.5 minutes, just under the 3-minute mark, that one. I think that's quite enough sometimes for a morning practice. So noticing any sort of shift in chi, tingliness, sort of just a feeling of energy buzzing around sort of the pelvis, the inner legs. The beauty of these yin practices are that we get into poses where we're stimulating different meridians the flow of our chi and prana through our body, which enhances the health of the different organs. It's almost like an inner workout. Externally, we're feeling the muscles as such, but internally, the vibrancy and health of our vital organs. Just enjoy some deep breaths here, relaxing as much as you can. Noticing any tension you're still holding. And the beauty of these poses and the soft and stillness that we have is that it really does take us on that inward journey. Another thing that I heard from Wayne Dyer as I listened to him this morning was most people, the doors open outwards as they view life, but actually really the doors open inwards. Everything we need to know is always within. It's actually just discovering it and revealing it. And I thought that was a quite interesting way of thinking about the doors opening more inwards than outwards to our external world. Another little thing to contemplate. So let's draw our knees in, have another little hug. Hug yourself. Nice rock on your back. And then from here, we're going to come into turtle, so child's pose. We've had a little bit of a back bend through puppy and through frog. So just very gentle, taking the spine in the opposite direction now. Again, if you need to use a block for the forehead or whatever you need, then please do. But coming into turtle, just get comfortable with how close or apart you want your knees. This is very compressive. So let's try and relax. Initially, you'll probably feel your belly, your abdomen pushing out. And just notice if you can start to relax this as you breathe. If you need to make this pose a little bit softer for yourself with blocks or any other props, please do. Noticing any sensations in your hips. Relaxing the abdomen. Softening shoulders and arms. And just enjoying this really lovely long stretch down the back of the body. Can you relax your face? And just gentle breaths now. Feeling your body open as you breathe.
And are you aware of anything that felt a bit uncomfortable and tight to start with? Is there easing? Keep trying to relax through the upper back, abdomen, noticing what your mental dialogue is here. How do you really feel in this pose? What do you like or don't like? And then we'll take a few breaths. And gently bring the hands either side of the head. Push yourself up nice and slowly. This kind of pose can really leave you with a little bit of a head rush or dizziness. So just take a moment as we lift the head. Take a breath and then just gently come into neutral. How did that feel? For me, I could really feel my left hip initially, but after that was about 5 minutes, we did the whole time there. It really eased and softened. Noticing if anything like that happened for you, just the initial tension or awkwardness, and then it just sort of gave way and dissipated. That's a really lovely pose for your stomach channel, which kind of runs over in line with your shin bones to the top of your leg. And that's probably where you'll feel a little bit of tingliness, where we've been compressed there. Notice the inner thighs. Or wherever else. You might feel kind of coolness across the belly, where all the meridians extend up. Relaxing neck and shoulders. Each pose reveals a different sensation afterwards. It's really curious. So when you're ready, let's bring our knees in. As we were really forward with the spine for that one, we're going to take bench, nice relaxing pose before we come into hammock. So coming up to seated, grab a little sofa cushion, and then we'll enjoy a nice little lie back over this, taking it wherever you want. I always take a few inches away from the back so that there's more of a curve in the upper part of the back than the lumbar. But find where you're comfortable. We're just extending the body back now, opening the chest where we've been so compressed forwards. And relax. This lends itself to being a very relaxing pose anyway. But really try and soften through the neck. Lower back and buttocks, just check in that they're released. I find there's always something you can still relax. Certainly your face. Notice if your wrists and hands can just soften a bit more. Lovely deep breaths. You can just enjoy feeling the belly rise and fall here. And where does your mind go? What parts of your body is it exploring internally? What thoughts do you notice that just drift through your mind? And after quite a few different yoga poses and feeling good, do you notice the thoughts are more positive, open, healing? And you can always, in these poses, come back to I am that, or so hum. As you lie here, just imagine your heart opening and just covering you in a beautiful pale pink. Almost like you open the doors of the heart and a pink mist just comes out and just covers you like a lovely soft blanket. Pink for unconditional love towards yourself and others. So with a few more breaths here, we'll just gently come up. Notice if you were happy there, you could have stayed longer, or whether that was just enough. Just pop the cushion aside, we'll come straight down. And relax. As you lie here, just have a few moments of appreciation. Just for random parts of your body. Appreciate your liver, your eyes, your legs. Just appreciating all the small parts of you that make you whole. And just feeling the after effects of that lovely little bench pose. They may be really subtle and maybe fade so easily. So we'll bring our knees in, another little hug before we come into hammock. So you need to just grab your yoga straps. There's no rush, just take a few moments to keep rocking. And then we'll come up. The beauty of yin is that we don't have to rush through this. We can just take it all in our stride. So with hammock, we'll start with the right leg. lying down, put the strap around sort of the ball of the foot, lifting the leg up, pop it around the back of the head, not the neck. Really want to avoid the neck. It's really just sort of the base of the skull, that occipital ridge, and then the strap will more than likely cover the tops of your ears. And we'll just enjoy this lovely kind of pose with supporting our neck. I like to play with this pose and either gently pushing into the foot, you can feel a lovely little stretch through the back of the neck. And then if you let the head just become heavy, then you'll just feel a bit more of a stretch through the leg, back of the leg. So play with this. Enjoy feeling the different sensations. Bend your knee as much as you need to. It's not about straightening the leg as such. And just breathing. See if you can let the shoulders become heavy and really rest into the neck. Release the minute bit of tension that might still be there. How does it feel? How does it feel to let the head be completely heavy? And then a nice little push into the foot, enjoying a gentle stretch in the back of the neck. Relaxing your breath, and just feeling the tummy rise and fall. And then partway through this, I always like to just unhook the strap from the back of the neck and just take the opportunity to just play now a little bit with the straps. So if you unhook, keep it around your foot, and then you can just swing the leg out to the side. You can lower it and straighten it. Feel a lovely stretch in the inner thigh. Explore the idea of bringing the leg across the body. That doesn't feel so comfortable to me. It aggravates sort of the outer thigh and hip. But just play with maybe some circles or just lifting the leg to the side and higher up. See if the rest of your body can remain relaxed. There's the tendency for the tension to all kind of come back in. And you might be able to allow the leg to straighten but be slightly lower down. Feeling it through the calf muscle, back of the knee and your hamstring. And just going wherever you feel guided. It's amazing the sensations you get just as you move your leg from sort of left to right, up and down, all the different parts of the body that need to activate to feel thinking of all the different muscles in the leg and accompanying muscles that engage here. We really are wonderful machines, although we're not just machines, there's more to us than that. When you're ready, let's just lower the leg down slowly. Have a moment, either kind of swap feet or just unhook for a second and take neutral pose just to feel whatever you feel, whatever residue of sensation is moving through the body now. So the back of the leg is where the bladder meridian travels, so very stimulating on bladder. Just enjoying a few breaths, feeling everything fade away. And then we'll just gently come to the other side, so left leg now. And same again, just around the back of the skull, back of the head, not the neck. And you'll find where it feels comfortable. Notice if one leg feels really different from the other, whether you get a lot more stretch or whether you have to really bend a little bit more into your knee. I always find my left leg has a little bit more of a shake and a sort of a quiver to it. So just again, noticing any little subtle differences. And just being aware of your breath. And gently pushing into the foot. Get the stretch through the neck, or the opposite, let the head be heavy. As you do this, notice if your abdomen tenses, whether you can relax the front of your body. Try allowing your head to be completely supported. So often we hold an immense amount of tension in our neck to hold the head. It's so rare that we can really let go. Just check in with your thoughts, what's buzzing around your mind. Are you present? And as we're in this pose, we can appreciate our toes and our feet, ankles, knees and hips. All these working together to move us forward in life, though mechanically the legs take us forward. And then if you want to unhook, and again just have a little play around with the strap, Just holding it and moving your leg. Again, just explore your body, how it feels. Noticing any big differences from the other side. Where you like the feeling, where it starts to get a little bit intense. And still, as you do this, aware of your breath. It's a really lovely way to just sort of mobilize the hip in a very supportive and controlled manner. And so just, we'll take a couple more breaths here. Lowering the leg down, just let the straps kind of come away from the body, and then you can just really feel whatever you're feeling. Is it the back of your thigh that you're really tuning into? The hamstring, sort of base of the buttocks. Noticing anything down the back of your leg. And just allowing all these sensations to just gently fade. You might find a little bit of sensation around the little toes, although the strap may well have been there. That's where the bladder channel ends. So drawing your knees in, have a little moment to hug. Again, just massage your spine. Bring your head up if you just want a little bit more of a stretch. And then we're going to relax, choosing whatever position you want to relax in, either seated or lying down. Just make sure you're nice and warm. Maybe pull a little blanket over. Sometimes when you lie down, the body cools a little, so just having something around your shoulders perhaps just takes the edge off a little. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card. We all love a little bit of guidance. It may or may not resonate. Oh, one fell out. Whenever one falls out, then that's a given. Let's see what guidance we might be given today. Okay. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you and protecting you during these changes. You are ripe with new possibilities and you feel an urgency to push into new territory. Beloved one, your new and exciting life changes are inevitable. There is no turning back. Instead of playing it safe, you decided to move forward. That is why I am with you right now, giving you extra courage and comfort that you need. However, there is no need to rush. This is a time of incubation where nature can allow everything to grow in its innate rhythm. Be assured that your life change will hatch at just the right moment. In the meantime, know that God and the angels are watching over you. You are safe and very loved. Congratulations on the birth of this new period of your life. Maybe that will resonate a little bit with some of you. Have a little bit of time now just to be silent. When we pray, we are talking to God or Source or whatever you call it. When we are silent, that is space for the Divine Source to talk to us. So just allow whatever is inspired.
When you're ready, bringing yourself back with your thoughts to your body. And just checking in with how you're feeling. Still imagining that you have roots down into Mother Earth. And ever so gradually just beginning to bring some physical movement back to your body, fingers and toes. Taking a few deep breaths. Enjoy a lovely sigh. And those of you lying down can hug knees in and have a little rock. If you're seated, just a gentle movement, head and neck. And rolling up to seated. Take your time, there's no rush. Just enjoy the process of gentle movement again. Appreciating your body, all the parts. Bringing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.